good friend of Ryan that went to Long Island University with him, and their friendship continued way beyond. Robbie was older than Ryan, and but their friendship grew for years, and Robbie's been an amazing, well, all his friends have been amazing to him, and Robbie just one of them, but there was something special about Robbie, and Ryan, really valued his friendship, and he's here today, which is amazing. He was in Thailand just not too long ago, and actually, did you actually call him from Thailand?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, he actually called him from Thailand. And so I asked if he wanted to say something, and Ryan would love to hear his remembrance of Ryan.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. This is seriously just an incredible opportunity just to get to celebrate Ryan, and I'm so thrilled to be here with everybody and people to do that. Yeah, I knew Ryan in college, in undergrad. Went to school together, and honestly, at that time, I didn't really know him all that well. He was a freshman when I was a senior, and we didn't cross paths that much. But what I did know of him was that he was incredibly sweet. He was always around in the best kind of way, extremely enthusiastic. He loved theater, and I really liked him. It wasn't actually until years later that he and I became friends. About 5 years ago. We were friendly up until that point. I was a fan of his writing. He'd send me plays, I'd read them. I was impressed, and I wanted to keep reading them. I came to some of the things that he did. I liked him. I liked Ryan a lot. But when we really started to become friends is, like I said, about 5 years ago. Just to be totally transparent, I'm a pretty socially awkward person. It takes a lot for me to be in a social environment. And Ryan, out of the blue one day, was like, "Hey, let's grab dinner. Let's just have like a friend dinner, right?" And at that point, I'm 30 years old, and I'm thinking like, who makes friends? Is it 30? Like 30? We're 30. We're not friends already, right? Like we've done this, It's hard. It's hard to go out of your way to make friends. Like I have a close group of friends. I'm very, like I said, I keep it pretty tight. And so I was nervous because going out and doing that kind of thing is inherently nerve-wracking. But we went, we had dinner, and had an amazing time. I mean, we laughed, we realized we had just so much in common. I, like so many people, got to know him in a way that I hadn't previously. We talked about teaching. I mean, we talked about art. We talked about acting. We talked about we had so many things in common. I just had this, we had just this amazing time having dinner in Chelsea. And I remember at the end of it, I said to him, "Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for asking me to have dinner." And I remember at the time he said to me, he wanted to invest in his friendships. He wanted to make friends. He wanted to cultivate the friendships that he already had. Which I thought, it's a common theme here. You've heard it several times. I'll say it again. I thought that was so brave. You're an adult making friends. It's hard to make friends as a kid. As an adult, we all know it's extremely difficult to put yourself out there. I just admired him so much for that. And the more I got to know Ryan, the more what I loved about him was he was a realist in the best kind of way. I think, like we all know, there's a lot of overly optimistic people to a fault. There's also people who are, cynics and the world is burning down to a fault, right? They see things one way or they see things the other way, right? I trusted the way he saw the world because he saw it as it was. And that's what I loved most about him. When I would talk to him about art, when I would talk to him about a show or a play that he read or a movie that he saw, I knew I was getting something real from him. Something that wasn't clouded by anything other than his real opinion. And in our conversations and in the times that we talked and would spend time on the phone, I just loved that. I loved that I had somebody that I could go to who I knew, wow, I just love the way this person sees the world. And it was incredibly brave of him, especially in the last year, to see the world that way and go through what he did, right? I mean, again, you can be overly optimistic, you can be extremely grave, but it takes a real kind of bravery to face things in life, really seeing what it is, and there are very few people who do that. And that's something that I will take with me, I think, forever, obviously, and something that I will deeply miss about my conversations with Ryan. So again, thank you for having me, and I'm just so glad to be here to share that with everybody. So thank you.
Thank you, Robbie.